Welcome to the real world. My name is Cameron, joined by my brother Carson.
Hey, glad to be here.
We are here to talk about the Oscar nominees that were announced today.
Yes.
So, really excited to get into these. You have not even seen these
Nope,
yet.
I've heard none of those.
Okay,
This
cool.
is all fresh to me.
All right, so we want to get your reaction.
All right, let's do it. Well, first of all, what are the categories?
Well, there's a lot of categories. I'll go through each category. Category by category, we'll just go straight through.
Perfect.
Are you ready?
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay,
I'm ready.
here we go. So they always start with supporting actor.
Okay.
Okay, that's who they start
Yep.
with. So
Yep.
we've got Sterling K. Brown for
Okay.
American Fiction, which I've heard a lot about. I haven't been able to see it yet.
Yeah.
But it sounds pretty
I've
good.
heard of it.
Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Of course.
We both got to see.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, which I just got to watch.
Interesting.
You got to see it.
Yeah? Okay.
His performance is incredible.
Oh, great. Great.
Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, great.
And then Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw a great interview with him and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, really? Oh,
They did
oh
their
yeah,
actors
yeah.
on
THR
actors,
did that.
right?
Whatever. Yeah.
So it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen most of those movies. I've seen Killers of the Flower Moon. But yeah, those all sound like good picks. Those are excellent actors. A great lineup.
For a good lineup there. Costume design.
Okay.
We have Barbie,
Okay, sure, of course.
Killers of the Flower Moon,
Okay, period piece.
Napoleon,
Oh, yeah, Napoleon.
Oppenheimer,
Okay.
and Poor Things.
Interesting.
Okay? So I
Interesting.
think all of these are
I feel
period,
like-
or Barbie I guess isn't, but it's kind of a fantasy type thing.
Sure.
Most of these are period pieces.
Those are usually the ones that win it
Yeah,
out
yeah.
because they're historically accurate and
Right.
also have creative liberties.
Mm-hmm.
But Poor Things, from what I've seen from the trailer,
Right.
those costumes look pretty
definitely
cool.
look interesting.
So,
for
we'll
sure.
see.
Yep. All right, makeup and hairstyling. We have Golda.
Okay.
We have Maestro.
Okay.
now
all
on
right.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer,
of course.
Poor Things,
Sure.
and Society of the Snow.
Oh,
that one I haven't checked out yet. I really want
really?
to see it. It's on Netflix, so I'm going to check it out.
I'm honestly surprised Barbie wasn't nominated for that.
I know.
That
I
seems
was a little
like-
surprised by
seems
that
like a
too.
Barbie.
Yeah, costume design, but not makeup and hairstyle.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Live action short.
Yes.
The After,
Okay.
Invincible,
Mm-hmm.
Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Have you seen this yet? This is Wes
No.
Anderson's latest.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. I
we
heard
did it.
about
Remember
that. I haven't seen it, but
You
I've
gotta
heard
watch
about
it. You're gonna love it.
Interesting.
It's really good.
Yeah,
he
great.
did a few of them. That's the longest. That one's about 20 minutes. The other ones are only about
Right.
maybe 10 or 15.
I know he's done shorts in the past. I think
Yeah.
he did a short for Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should check those out.
Mhm.
Then we have animated short, which are a big
Okay.
animation guys.
Of
So I don't know
course.
if you've seen any
Of
of these.
course.
I hadn't even heard of any of these, I don't think. Letter to a Pig,
Okay. I've heard of it.
95 Senses,
All right.
Our Uniform,
Okay.
Pachyderm, and War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko.
Oh, okay.
So
Very interesting.
All sound very interesting. I have
Cool.
not seen any of those yet.
I'm surprised The Boy and the Wolf wasn't nominated. Did you get to see The Boy and the
I
Wolf?
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot about it.
Bono's animated short.
I want to check it out.
It was really good.
Was it?
I liked
Okay,
it a lot.
cool,
Yeah,
cool.
it was well done.
Then we have adapted screenplay. So they have the two writing categories: adapted screenplay and original
Right,
screenplay. So
of
adapted
course.
screenplay based on something else. We have
anything else.
Yeah, American Fiction,
Okay.
Barbie,
Of course.
Oppenheimer,
Right.
Poor Things,
Okay.
and The Zone of Interest, which is a foreign film, I believe.
Okay.
So those are adapted screenplay.
Interesting. I'm not seeing a lot of. I mean, I guess Spider-Verse, because it's animated, for some reason disqualifies it from other categories. But
Sad.
it should be up there.
Yes. We're going to fix all that with the reelies.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the reelies in just
Our
a minute.
award show
Yes.
is made
Very
by
different.
the people for the people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Original screenplay: Anatomy of a Fall,
Okay.
The Holdovers,
Yes, definitely.
Maestro,
Okay.
May, December, and Past Lives.
Okay.
So I know you got to see
Interesting.
Holdovers, and you were pretty ecstatic
Yes,
about it.
Holdovers, very well written,
Okay.
very well put together.
Yeah?
I think it could I could see it winning screenplay.
Okay.
Easily.
Cool.
I haven't seen many of those others, so
Right. Yeah, I haven't either.
that's usually how it goes with the Oscars.
Maestro
is
I've seen, which is good.
You always root for the one that you've seen.
Right, exactly. Then we have Supporting Actress.
Okay.
Okay, Best Supporting Actress: Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer,
Okay.
Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple,
Sure.
America Ferrera in Barbie,
Okay.
Jodie Foster in Dyad, or I'm sorry, Naiad,
Naiad, yeah.
And then Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some good actresses in there.
Divine,
sure.
she's amazing in
Yeah?
Holdovers. She does a great, similar to what she does in Only Murders in the Building. She's in that show. She's like a detective character.
Okay.
She has a similar attitude, but it's much more emotionally deep in The Holdovers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. But I was glad to see her take that, her trademark kind of performance character, and make it into something that has more meaning than what she does in Only Murders.
Interesting.
But yeah, she's great.
Cool. Yeah, I really liked Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer again. I think that's a great performance. Then we have original song.
Okay.
The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot, which is the story about the Flamin' Hot
the
Cheetos.
Cheetos movie. Yes, I didn't know there was a song.
I can't wait to see it. It's on Disney Plus, so I'm gonna watch it.
Right? Yeah.
I'm Just Ken, of course, from Barbie.
Sure.
Then we have It Never Went Away from American Symphony, which is apparently on Netflix as well.
Cool.
I want to watch. Wazazi from Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay, yeah. Good
and
one.
Then,
Good pick.
What Was I Made For from Barbie as well. So 2 from Barbie, which is kind of incredible that they gave both to...
Are there more?
That's
it.
That's it.
Elemental should have been nominated, dude.
I know.
Man,
I agree.
That was a great song. Pixar usually has songs like that that stand out awesome.
Exactly.
It's pity.
It is. But let's move on to original score.
Okay.
So for best original score, we have American Fiction.
Sure.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Interesting. Now, this is a John Williams score, is it not?
This is a John Williams score. This makes his 54th nomination.
Wow.
Making him the most nominated individual in Oscars history.
Really?
Correct.
That's amazing. Yeah. What an achievement.
Absolutely.
I mean, how old is he? He's in his 90s.
He's 91 now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
incredible. Still turning out great scores.
Would he be the oldest person to receive an Academy Award if he won?
He might be. He'd be up there for sure.
Wow.
He'd be up there.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, incredible achievement.
I mean, the music in Dial of Destiny is what you'd expect from a John Williams score. It's kind of great, iconic,
They have, on the 4K they have an isolated score track.
Oh,
you
that's
can just
cool.
watch the movie with just the score.
Yeah, those are nice.
Which is fun.
Cool.
Then we have Killers of the Flower Moon.
That is a great soundtrack.
It is.
Great score.
Oppenheimer, another really good one.
Okay.
And Poor Things.
A lot of wahs, a lot of horns, a lot of drums.
Exactly. That's right. So that's it for score. Moving on to documentary feature, we have Bobby Wine, The People's President.
Okay.
The Eternal Memory, 4 Daughters, To Kill a Tiger, and 20 Days in Mariupol. So I've never seen or heard of any of them.
No. Usually
very excited.
Documentaries are what we're least informed about.
Exactly. We're not big documentary guys.
But I like a good documentary every once in a while.
Sure. There's some good ones out there. Documentary short, The ABCs of Book Banning, The Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, The Last Repair Shop, and Nine and WIPO.
Those all sound interesting.
They do. Sound very interesting.
Very cool.
Next up, international feature film.
Okay.
Io Capitano.
Sure.
Perfect Days.
All right.
Society of the Snow.
Okay.
The Teacher's Lounge, and The Zone of Interest.
Society of the Snow I've actually heard of.
Yes.
A couple of those others are unfamiliar, but cool. I mean,
Zone of Interest had another nomination earlier, and so did Society of the Snow. Again, that one's on Netflix, so I will be watching that soon. J.A. Bayona directed it, who did Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. He did The Impossible, which is a great film. So I'm very curious about that.
Awesome.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Animated feature film.
Here it is. This is
ready?
This is great.
This is your favorite category.
This is the best picture nominee, really.
Basically.
This is it.
All right, here we go. First up, The Boy and the Heron.
Of course. It'll probably win.
I think it deserves it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do. Next up, we have Elemental.
Great. I'm glad it was nominated. That movie.
Very worthy.
Totally rocks.
Nimona.
Okay.
Which is another one now on Netflix.
Yeah, Nimona.
That I'm curious about.
I've heard of it.
We have one I haven't heard of. Robot Dreams.
I have heard of Robot Dreams.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, but I hear good things.
And then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Of course.
Which is another one that's well deserved.
Absolutely.
I mean, shocked if it didn't.
Typically, sequels just in general don't perform as well in terms of
if
Oscars.
If he wasn't up against Miyazaki, I would probably say it's a lock. But
exactly.
With Miyazaki in there, it's going to be a tight race.
Yeah, I think it will too. I mean, Personally, I think Across the Spider-Verse should win it.
Okay.
Just because I think it's one of the greatest animated films of the century.
It's great.
Boy and the Heron is probably going to win, just as a recognition of Miyazaki's career and where he's come.
It's been a decade since he's made a movie.
Yeah.
And so
definitely
pretty big deal.
Warrants a lot of recognition.
Right.
So I can definitely see it going to that. Now, I wouldn't be remotely upset because it also definitely deserves it.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have production design, which nominees for that category are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
Everything you just listed, those are dominating every category.
They are.
Those movies are everywhere.
Oppenheimer, I think, had the most nominations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be a Dune situation, and it just sweeps.
Sweep them. Yeah, it could be.
We'll see.
We will see. All right, next up is editing. For best editing, we have Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay.
The Holdovers. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oof.
Oppenheimer.
Okay.
And Poor Things.
Now, Nolan shoots non-linearly.
Dude, the editing in Oppenheimer is unbelievably good. I mean, it's
what I hear.
Shocking how easy it is to watch that movie for what is going on.
Oftentimes,
and all the timelines and black and white and color.
Right.
And it's like it's just amazing what they pulled off. The editing is the highlight for me of that movie.
And that's great. Obviously, I haven't seen it.
Right.
And Nolan, usually that's kind of the centerpiece of his films is their non-linearness and the way that they're edited.
That's right.
But let's not forget Killers of the Flower Moon.
Another long movie that didn't feel that long.
That's hard to do.
Which is a big achievement.
For a film with very little action and a lot of dialogue, it's hard to do that.
It is.
So, big achievement for... and Scorsese.
Yeah.
His editor is phenomenal.
Thelma Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
She's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, just spectacular.
Thoughts on Holdovers maybe making it in there?
I think that it's definitely... The editing is critical to that film, making it... But really, it's the whole post-production process.
Gotcha.
That's so awesome about that movie.
Because it looks like it's a 70s film. You've told me about that.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll win Best Editing.
Right.
But I would have given it production design or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Moving on to sound, we have The Creator.
Ooh, good sound design and Creator.
Mm-hmm. We have Maestro.
Sure.
We have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Interesting.
The newly retitled Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, no longer part 1. Yeah, no longer Chapter 1, Part 1.
Right. Although I think when they announced it, they said Part 1, but it's officially been dropped from the title.
Yeah, just like, Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise movie with the alien robots.
Right. Yeah. Then we have Oppenheimer.
Okay.
So the sound in Oppenheimer is fantastic.
I'm sure.
And then The Zone of Interest.
Okay.
So, that's a tough category. There's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah. I just recently rewatched The Creator.
Did you?
And not as good as I remembered it.
Really?
Sadly.
Okay.
But
what about the sound?
Definitely has pacing issues and other problems.
Right.
Sound design is really good.
Yeah.
I just don't think that... I think everything else takes it a step further.
Sure.
But I love... Science fiction films usually have the best sound design.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean...
And that one especially because it's set in the future, dealing with AI and robots and all this new tech, and it's in a natural environment. It's all shot on location.
Exactly.
So that makes it, even more challenging. Yeah. But, that's it for sound. Next, moving on to visual effects.
Okay. I think The Creator has a chance with visual effects. Was it nominated?
The Creator was nominated for best visual effects.
All right.
Another one you're going to be very excited about.
Sure.
Godzilla -1.
Whoa, really?
Yep.
I'm shocked it was even nominated.
There's a video online right now of the visual effects team reacting to this news. It's such a great video.
That is awesome.
They just all freak out.
Godzilla -1. That should definitely win it.
I agree.
You
don't even know the other ones.
Even while I was watching. I don't even know the other ones. I'm sure Nolan was nominated again.
I agree.
But, Godzilla -1.
35 visual effects artists worked on that film.
Exactly.
And they had a low budget of less than $15 million.
Precisely. What they did with the little that they had,
crazy,
stunning.
Yeah,
looks better than anything out of Hollywood.
I agree.
It's fantastic. Truly, I think they should win a hands down. If they don't, I'll genuinely be upset.
Me too. The other nominees are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Ooh, amazing practical effects. Amazing.
But think about all the digital characters that are in that film.
That's true.
That are great too.
It's true.
Then we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Sure.
And we have Napoleon.
Okay.
So an interesting mix there.
Yeah. Napoleon, I imagine, has a lot of invisible effects that are really good. That usually gives it a big bump up. But Godzilla, just hands down deserves it.
I agree.
We'll see.
Moving on to cinematography, we have El Conde.
Okay.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
I think it's gonna be tough to beat Killers.
Maestro.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Sure.
And Poor Things. So El Conde is actually on Netflix, so I'm going to check that out. But the rest of these I've seen, except for Poor Things. And wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
All three of those that I've seen, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, and Oppenheimer, all of them have spectacular cinematography.
I think the reason that Killers works so well, despite how long it is the cinematography.
Yeah.
That the editing of the cinematography and the cinematography itself is really what carries us through the whole film.
I agree.
There are long sequences of just stunning visuals.
Yeah, exactly. No dialogue, just music with visuals. Maestro has some really nice one-ers in there. Cooper likes his one-ers, and he always makes them work very well with the story.
Good.
Keeping you engaged.
Right.
And then Oppenheimer.
I'm surprised Boys in the Boat wasn't nominated for this.
I am too.
Because
Boys in the Boat got no nomination.
Really?
No nomination.
That's shocking.
One of our favorites of the year.
Boys in the Boat.
Check out our review.
Yes. Boys in the Boat. This deserved cinematography. At least a nomination.
I agree. I mean,
editing.
I would have given it editing. I would have probably even given it production design.
Sure.
Maybe a couple
supporting
roles.
Yeah,
for sure. So snubbed.
Whatever.
Oscars. Hey. All right, we're on to lead actor now. Coming down to the final couple categories here. Lead actor.
All right.
Bradley Cooper for Maestro.
Of course.
Coleman Domingo for Rustin, which is another film now on Netflix that I want to check out. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
Okay.
And Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Some really good actors.
Heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters. Paul Giamatti. I don't remember the last time he was nominated. He's just a great actor overall. I haven't seen Holdovers. I'm sure he's great in it.
He is.
Bradley Cooper really transforms for Maestro in a way that's
just
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel it the same way for Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. He really carries that movie. Which has a huge cast.
Right.
But he's the focal point, and he really carries the film.
I think that if it doesn't win Best Picture, Cillian Murphy will probably win Best Actor.
If it doesn't
win,
you think they'll give that as like a consolation prize kind of thing?
I think so.
That makes sense. That could happen.
I expect it to win Best Picture.
Right.
Just based on the cultural zeitgeist surrounding it, based on what everyone's. I mean, it's massively successful.
Well, maybe it wasn't nominated. You don't know.
Maybe I don't know. Let's keep going.
Here we go. Best lead actress.
Lead actress, yes.
Annette Bening for Naiad.
Okay.
Which is, again, on Netflix. I'm going to check that out soon. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ooh, she was excellent.
Absolutely.
She was excellent.
Wonderful.
Glad she was nominated.
Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay.
Carey Mulligan for Maestro. And Emma Stone for Poor Things.
And I'd love to see Emma Stone win, just because I think she's great.
Actress.
Everything she does is so fun and new.
Really enjoy watching her work. I think Carey Mulligan, for me, Carey Mulligan and Lily Gladstone, because those are the two I've seen. They're both so good. Lily Gladstone being just a new actor, an actress I've never seen before, doing such a great job.
Yeah.
And then Carey Mulligan, she's always great, and just particularly in Maestro, she's kind of the heart of that movie. So
that's a tough lineup to choose from, because they all do.
Bening, I mean, she's been acting for decades, so yeah, anyone's game there.
For sure.
Moving on to Best Director, we have Justine Triad for Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay.
Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Of course.
Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer.
All right.
Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things. And Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest.
Okay.
So an interesting mix here. A couple of kind of, newcomers, the guys I've never heard of. I think those are both foreign films, Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest. And then, of course, a vet like Scorsese. And then a little-known guy by the name of Christopher Nolan. So... interesting mix again.
Yeah, I'm glad that that's more varied than a lot of the other categories than I was expecting.
I like that too.
Yeah.
It's good.
Kind of it reminds me of last year. We got Drive My Car was nominated for, I think, Best Director and a couple other things.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm definitely... This is... What you get from getting an Oscar list like this is a list of movies you should see before the Oscars.
Right, exactly.
So definitely, those are ones to watch, for sure.
For sure. I don't know who I would pick, Scorsese or Nolan, honestly. It's really close for me between those two.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. All right, final category, Best Picture
This is it.
of the year.
One of these films will win Best Picture for 2023.
American Fiction.
Okay.
Anatomy of a Fall. Barbie.
Wow.
The Holdovers.
Really?
Killers of the Flower Moon. Maestro.
Okay.
Oppenheimer. Past Lives.
Okay.
Poor Things. And The Zone of Interest.
Wow.
Those are our 10 Best Picture nominees for 2023.
I'm shocked that Holdovers was nominated for Best Picture. That's shocking.
Yeah?
Truly shocking.
Yeah. But you said it was great, so...
I think it's deserving.
Yeah,
I think it's great. I just was not I to see it on that list. I know it's a longer list than the other categories.
Sure.
But, that's shocking. Mm-hmm. No Spider-Verse, obviously. It's a pity.
It's a pity.
Boy and the Heron should have been on that list, I think, as well. It's always an upset.
I know.
With the animation fans that we only get one category.
Right. Only
it's unbelievable.
Movies, yeah. I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah. We've talked about missing categories.
Stunts.
There should be a stunt choreography category.
I'm shocked that Stunts wasn't included. Stunts was included in the SAG Awards and a couple of other awards that came out over the last month or so.
Yeah.
And I thought, Oscars were finally going to give us that category, but it didn't happen, which is a little disappointing. But let's talk about the Reallys, because the Reallys, that's the real award show. I mean, come on. Let's get for real.
Yeah.
So, the Reallys is coming up in March. So we're going to drop this on the YouTube channel right before the Oscars drop on March 10th. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of cool things planned.
Yeah.
And we're all working diligently on our nominees.
That's right.
Right now. So very interested to see what ends up coming out on top there. We will let you guys know how you can vote on these nominees once the time comes. We want to engage our subscribers as much as possible because we really appreciate you. We want to get your input, see what you guys liked from 2023. So that's going to be coming up very soon on the channel. Make sure you follow us on social media. Those links are all in the description below. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos, and we'll see you next time right here on The Real World.